Screen actors, should your headshot look like you? Yes and no. In this video, you're going to learn how a headshot might look like you and still hurt your chances for booking the kinds of roles that you want and deserve. I'm Louis DiBianco, and this is my channel, Screen Acting Success. This is where you come every Friday for more tips, techniques, and secrets to help you become a compelling, working screen actor in demand. If this is your first time here, click subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Stick around to the end because I'm giving away free training that you are not going to want to miss. Should your headshot look like you? Yes and no. Why do I say that? Because no photo is objective. I'll say that again. No photo is objective. A photograph is always a perception based on your photographer's point of view. So, when it comes to choosing a headshot that looks like you, first thing you've got to consider is, what is the image that you want to put out into the world to promote your acting career? Too many actors leave that up to other people. And if you're not sure of the answer, if you're waiting for agents, producers, casting directors to tell you what your image is, you might find yourself on a path that eventually you're not going to like. Now, we should respect your agent. I have a great agent. About 5 years ago, I had a photograph taken by a photographer that wasn't on his radar. So he already had a prejudgment. I showed him a headshot. He said, it's okay. Eventually, because I held my ground, he began to see it differently. He fell in love with it, and that headshot became an image that got me a lot of work. Not taking away anything from my agent, but I had to be, and you've got to be, the person who decides what is the image that you want to put your life into, your professional life into. Okay, so there are no objective photos. Now let's look at two photos of me that both look like me. Now both of those project an image that I have chosen to put into the world. Of course, the business has also said to me, that's an image that we often see you as, but I'm good with that. The gangster, the street guy, the tough guy. Now these photos both look like me, but yet they are two totally different people. Why? Because they were taken by different photographers. The one in the brown jacket was taken a year ago. The other one was taken a month ago. The vision of the photographer, both of the photographers captured the street guy, the tough guy. But think about this. Which one has more authority? Which one has more danger? Are there any other qualities that you see in each of these that are different? Which one looks more sad or projects sadness? All of those qualities are part of me, but each photographer's perception highlighted different qualities. Really important to note. So now that we've established that the photo should look like you, well, let's take this a step further. I'm going to take one of the photos away, and now we bring this one into place. Both of those were taken by the same photographer on the same day. Now, not only do they both look like me, and they are different characters, but these characters could never be in the same club. So here's what's important to note. When you're deciding which one should I choose that looks like me, whatever you choose must look truthful. What does that mean? Well, in both these shots, tough guy, nice guy, we didn't try to mask my age. You look closely, you'll see the lines in my face, you'll see age spots on me. Those are part of who I am. And one of the reasons you don't want to take those out is that if you walk into a casting and they've chosen you based on a prettified picture, they're going to feel that you were being dishonest. It will not serve you. So here's something that's really important. We're all vain creatures. I'm extremely vain. So if a photographer suggests that they're going to make you look more handsome or look more pretty by airbrushing your photos, you don't want to work with this photographer. The airbrush look was popular decades ago. Not only is it not popular in theatrical photos today, but it's definitely not popular in commercial photos, because in the commercial world they still want to see real people. The problem with an airbrush photo is it does prettify, but it does it by making the person look unreal, sometimes almost not even quite human. Let's take a look at some airbrushed photography. The before and after of this young woman. The after is obviously airbrushed, and she looks either like a toy doll or an avatar. It's kind of spooky. Is the before shot complimentary? No, not really. But a good photographer could keep it truthful by changing the lighting and the background and highlighting the strong elements in her face, in her features. Another thing about a great photographer is that they go beyond being able to highlight the physical characteristics that make you look like you at your best. They also capture inner essence that is connected to the image that you most want to promote in your acting career. So it's both outer and inner. Now let's look at an airbrushed photo of Julia Roberts. I prefer the one that's not touched up. But truth be told, Julia Roberts is just so photogenic and gorgeous that she would look good no matter how you photographed her. Still, keep away from those types of photographs that remove all of your blemishes in an attempt to make you look beautiful or handsome. Definitely a no-no. So how do you choose your photographer? Let's say that you have a friend who's a photographer, wonderful photographer, and does portraits, or does wedding photography as well, and shoots people's wedding photos and they look great. Should you choose them? I would say no. I recommend that for your acting headshots, you find a photographer who is an expert, who specializes in shooting actors. Why? Because when that person is really good, their point of view, their eye, has been trained like a cinematographer's. They understand what will project the best dramatic image of you, and they understand how photos contribute to dramatic storytelling at its best. Those people are a world apart. They're very different than even great portrait photographers. Like I said, the great actors photographers capture an inner essence as well as what's here on your face. And as you've seen from my photos, they're not objective, because all the photos that look like me are really different people. Okay, let's summarize what we've learned today. Number one, Photos are never objective. Any photograph is a perception based on the photographer's point of view. Number two, you are the one who must decide what image you want to portray you as an actor in the business. And number three, when you choose your photographer, insist that that person specializes in great actors' headshots. I'm going to throw in a little bonus, something for you to think about and appreciate. This is a photo I'm going to show you in a moment from an iconic photographer named Diane Arbus. She was huge in the United States. As I'm shooting this video, there's an exhibition of her work right now in Toronto. When you see her photos, I suggest that you look at a lot of them. You'll notice that they're all truthful, but they are totally subjective. Diane Arbus photographed a lot of people on the fringes of society, the down and out, the freaks sometimes, and some celebrities as well. But her vision, when she looked through the lens, what she saw was a person's loneliness, their darkness, their insecurities, their terror. And she shot in black and white, so that when she captured a person, it would be truthful, but definitely a subjective perception. Now, if you were being photographed by Diane Arbus for a headshot, she would give you a powerful, memorable photo, but perhaps not one that you would want to project your image in the world. Let's look at this. This is a famous painting of hers. Painting? No, photograph of hers. What I see in this photograph is a somber young woman. She's alone in the room, and the atmosphere intensifies her sense of isolation and loneliness. In fact, that is a portrait of a famous fashion model named Penelope Tree. She was huge in the 1960s in Britain. And by looking at it, nothing in the image screams at you, fashion model, because that was the perception, the image that Diane Arbus captured. Diane Arbus had some marvelous quotes. Here's one to ponder from time to time. A photograph is a secret of a secret. The more it tells you, the less you know. If you've gotten value today, definitely leave your takeaways below in the comments so that other people can be inspired and more people will end up seeing this video and also getting value from it. If you haven't subscribed already, do it now and give the video a thumbs up. I promised you some free training. On the screen you see the cover of my ebook, which is The Ultimate Guide to Self-Taping. This is thorough, 21 pages, everything from acting tips to specifically how to light yourself, how to get the best quality sound. I give you recommendations for the best gear to use, and I give you a diagram of my actual studio setup, which you can easily duplicate if you want to. The link to it is below. Go to it, download the book, and start taking your self-tapes to a whole other level. You're also going to find a link below to my latest online course, Self-Taping Mastery. This course takes a deeper dive into self-taping, plus you have me there in each module, holding you by the hand, taking you step by step, guiding you through the process. And then you also get the opportunity to reach out to me with any questions that you have, which I will answer. And when you see what I'm offering with this course, you'll notice that I'm giving some incredible bonuses, including a completely separate course on live auditions. This is, I believe, more than 6.5 hours of training Everything from what to do before the audition, on your way to the audition, and in the waiting room, and then when you're in the actual room with the auditioners, and finally what to do when you leave the audition. That course I sell separately for $199. It's yours absolutely free when you enroll today in Self-Taping Mastery. You'll find the link below. I always like to end with this reminder about on-camera acting, that the dialogue is always secondary to the inner life that's beneath the words and in between the words. So whenever you have a script in your hands, especially for an audition, always feel it first, then say it. If you feel it and say it, you'll mean it, and then chances are you'll book it. Go out and create a stellar on-camera career for yourself. Let me know about it so that I can celebrate with you and celebrate your win with the world.